The SUV market has never been more competitive, and in 2026, Kia is raising the bar with the all-new Sportage PHEV. Designed to strike a balance between eco-friendly efficiency and everyday practicality, this plug-in hybrid SUV brings together sleek styling, modern tech, and an electrified powertrain that promises both performance and savings at the pump. Under the hood, you'll find a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine paired with an electric motor and a 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack, delivering a combined 261 horsepower and an estimated 32 to 34 miles of pure electric range. For many families, that means most daily commutes can be done without burning a drop of gasoline, while longer trips benefit from hybrid flexibility and impressive fuel economy, often hitting over 80 mpg. But of course, no SUV is perfect. The Sportage PHEV has some clear strengths, like its tech-filled cabin and generous safety features, but also has a few drawbacks, from cargo compromises to pricing concerns. So, in this video, we'll break down the 5 key pros and 5 important cons of the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV, helping you decide if this electrified SUV really lives up to the hype. Let's jump right in. This is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Let's kick things off with performance, because the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV is the speed king of its family. Under the hood, it pairs a turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine with a 66.9 kilowatt electric motor and a 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Together, this setup produces a healthy 268 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's a big jump compared to the standard gas Sportage, which tops out at around 187 horsepower, and even stronger than the regular hybrid, which offers about 227 horsepower. On the road, the difference is clear. The PHEV launches from 0 to 60 in roughly 7.1 seconds. Compare that with the gas-only Sportage, which takes close to 9 seconds, and you see just how much more energy the plug-in delivers. Even against rivals like the Hyundai Tucson PHEV at about 7.5 seconds or the Toyota RAV4 Prime at 5.7 seconds, the Sportage sits in a sweet spot, fast enough to feel confident, yet still efficient. Speaking of efficiency, the PHEV isn't only about power. Thanks to its battery pack, it offers up to 34 miles of pure electric driving range before the gas engine even kicks in. That means for most daily commutes or errands, you might never touch a drop of gasoline. When the system works together, the EPA estimates fuel economy at around 84 mpg combined, or about 35 miles per gallon when running as a hybrid after the battery depletes. Owners often point out how smooth and punchy the power delivery feels, especially in city traffic where the electric motor handles stop-and-go duty with ease. The transition between electric and gas power is nearly seamless, giving the Sportage PHEV a more polished feel than many expect from a compact SUV. Add in its standard all-wheel drive and 6-speed automatic transmission, and this PHEV isn't just the quickest Sportage, it's also the most versatile and engaging to drive. Moving on, another big win for the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV is that all-wheel drive isn't an option, it's standard. That's a big deal, because in the regular Sportage lineup, both the gas and the hybrid versions start out with front-wheel drive, and you have to pay extra if you want AWD. But with the PHEV, every trim level gets it right out of the box. What does that mean for you on the road? Well, it translates to more confidence when the weather turns rough, whether that's rain-slick highways, snowy suburban streets, or gravel trails on a weekend getaway. The system actively distributes torque between the front and rear wheels, helping the Sportage feel stable and planted even when traction gets tricky. Now, we're not talking hardcore off-roading like you do in a Jeep Wrangler, but for light trails, muddy campsites, or steep gravel driveways, the Sportage PHEV's AWD gives it a real advantage over front drive-only crossovers. In fact, owners have mentioned how reassuring it feels during winter driving, where the electric torque makes the initial pull off the line even smoother and more controlled than some gas-only competitors. And here's a key point. When you look at rivals like the Toyota RAV4 Prime or the Hyundai Tucson PHEV, AWD also comes standard. So Kia is keeping pace with expectations in this segment. But where it stands out is value. You don't need to pay extra or climb trims to unlock it. The Sportage PHEV is ready for all-weather versatility the moment you drive it off the lot. Next up, let's step inside the cabin because the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV proves that compact crossovers can deliver a truly upscale feel. The first thing you'll notice is the clean, streamlined layout dominated by a sweeping digital display panel. Two 12.3-inch screens, one for the driver and one for infotainment, sit side by side, creating a futuristic cockpit-like vibe. Graphics are crisp, the interface is intuitive, and response times are smooth, making it easy to navigate maps, menus, or media on the go. Tech integration goes further with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, so connecting your smartphone is seamless, whether you're streaming music, handling calls, or following navigation. Higher trims also unlock premium touches like a full-color head-up display that projects key information right onto the windshield and Kia's digital key, which lets you unlock and start the SUV with just your smartphone or even a compatible smartwatch. Beyond the tech, Kia didn't skimp on ambience. Available features like ambient lighting, soft-touch materials across the dash and door panels, and a panoramic sunroof all combine to give the cabin a bright, polished, and modern personality. Passengers will also appreciate thoughtful touches like multiple USB-C charging ports throughout the rows and an optional premium Harman Kardon audio system that transforms long drives into concert-like experiences. Moving on, the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV proves that efficiency and comfort can go hand in hand. From behind the wheel, the ride immediately feels composed, with suspension tuning that strikes a balance between handling sharpness and everyday smoothness. Road imperfections, like potholes or uneven pavement, are absorbed with confidence, keeping the cabin settled and passengers at ease. The seats themselves add to the refinement, with generous cushioning, supportive bolstering, and available heating and ventilation that make long drives less tiring. Even in the second row, there's enough space and comfort for adults to stretch out, something not every compact SUV can claim. Owners have also praised how the cabin stays impressively quiet at highway speeds. Wind and road noise are kept to a minimum, so conversations or music come through clearly without the constant drone of the outside world. This smooth, composed character makes the Sportage PHEV especially appealing for families or commuters who spend a lot of time on the road. And while rivals like the Toyota RAV4 Prime lean a bit more towards sporty firmness, the Sportage prioritizes that everyday refinement, giving you the kind of ride that feels calm, polished, and just a little more premium than expected in its class. Finally, let's talk efficiency, because the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV shines in this department. On a full charge, it offers about 34 miles of electric-only range, enough to cover most daily commutes or short errands without touching a drop of gasoline. When the battery runs low, the gasoline engine seamlessly takes over, delivering combined fuel efficiency of around 84 mpg. In regular hybrid mode, it still manages approximately 35 miles per gallon, which is highly competitive for a compact SUV with standard all-wheel drive. For drivers, this means you can enjoy the best of both worlds: zero-emission electric driving for city streets and plug-in convenience for longer trips. Owners have reported real-world electric ranges close to the EPA estimates in moderate climates, making it practical for everyday life. Compared to rivals like the Toyota RAV4 Prime, which offers a slightly higher electric range but comes at a bigger price premium, the Sportage PHEV strikes a strong balance of performance, efficiency, and affordability. In short, if minimizing fuel stops and emissions is a priority, without sacrificing power, AWD capability, or interior comfort, the Sportage PHEV delivers a compelling solution for modern SUV buyers. While the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV impresses with performance, comfort, tech, and efficiency, no vehicle is without its trade-offs. From higher pricing to certain practical compromises, there are a few areas where it might not meet every buyer's expectations. So now, let's take a closer look at the 5 main cons of the Sportage PHEV, so you get the full picture before making your decision. Starting with one of the more noticeable drawbacks, the Sportage PHEV's electric-only range, while respectable at around 34 miles, does fall short when compared to some rivals. For instance, the Toyota RAV4 Prime offers an EV range exceeding 42 miles, giving drivers a longer stretch of zero-emission commuting before the gasoline engine kicks in. For daily city driving, the Sportage PHEV can cover most short trips, but on longer commutes or repeated short trips without recharging, you might find yourself relying on the hybrid mode sooner than with its competition. Owners have mentioned that while 34 miles is sufficient for average routines, those hoping to maximize electric-only usage on longer runs may feel a bit limited. So, while the Sportage PHEV offers a solid step into plug-in technology, its EV range isn't class-leading, and that's something buyers who prioritize electric driving should keep in mind. Next, let's talk about pricing, because the Sportage PHEV comes at a noticeable premium. The base X-Line AWD trim starts around $40,490, while the fully loaded X-Line Prestige AWD can reach up to $47,190. That's a significant jump compared to the standard hybrid or gas-powered Sportage, which offer many similar comfort and tech features at a lower cost. For some buyers, this extra expense is justified by the plug-in hybrid powertrain, all-wheel drive, and higher efficiency. But others may feel that the price difference, often several $1,000s, makes it harder to justify, especially when competitors like the Hyundai Tucson PHEV or even the RAV4 Prime offer comparable technology and EV range at a similar or slightly lower cost. So while you're paying for cutting-edge PHEV tech and AWD capability, it's important to weigh whether the premium fits your budget and priorities. Another trade-off with the Sportage PHEV comes in the form of interior space. Due to the placement of the battery pack beneath the floor, both rear legroom and cargo capacity are slightly reduced. Cargo behind the rear seats measures around 34.5 cubic feet, compared to 39.5 cubic feet in the standard gas or hybrid Sportage. A noticeable difference when loading strollers, sports gear, or luggage for a weekend getaway. Rear passengers may also feel the change, with slightly tighter knee room that can be noticeable on longer trips, particularly for taller adults. While it's still comfortable enough for everyday commuting or school runs, families who frequently carry 3 adults in the back or need maximum cargo flexibility may find themselves adjusting how they pack or seat passengers. In short, the PHEV's efficiency and electric range come with a modest cost to practicality, making it an important consideration for buyers who prioritize space alongside eco-friendly driving. Another drawback comes in the form of the Sportage PHEV's touchscreen controls. While the dual 12.3-inch displays give the cabin a modern, high-tech feel, the climate system's touch bar, which toggles between media and HVAC functions, can feel a bit fiddly. Adjusting temperature, fan speed, or airflow often requires extra precision, and it can take a few tries to get it exactly right. For drivers, this means occasional distractions, especially in traffic or while multitasking. Owners have mentioned that it feels less intuitive than traditional physical knobs, or even some rival PHEVs that keep climate adjustments separate from media controls. So while the interface looks futuristic and sleek, there's a small compromise in ease of use that might frustrate some drivers who prefer tactile feedback over touchscreen swipes. Finally, while the Sportage PHEV is efficient on paper, real-world highway fuel economy can sometimes fall short of expectations. EPA estimates promise impressive numbers, but owners report that sustained highway driving, especially at speeds around 70 miles per hour, can drop efficiency into the mid-30s or even high 20s mpg. One owner on Reddit shared, "My car is not going to get much better mileage. I usually stay at 70 mph, my gas usage, mid-20s mpg." Situations like this are not uncommon, particularly with heavier loads, hilly terrain, or when using all-wheel drive consistently. So while the Sportage PHEV excels in urban and short-range electric driving, those planning long highway trips might notice fuel economy dipping below what they expected, making it something to consider before committing to this plug-in hybrid. So what's the bottom line on the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV? It's clear that this SUV delivers a compelling mix of efficiency, performance, and modern technology. With its turbocharged PHEV powertrain, standard all-wheel drive, upscale cabin, and smooth, refined ride, it's a strong choice for families and commuters looking for a plug-in hybrid that doesn't compromise on style or comfort. At the same time, there are trade-offs to consider. Limited electric range compared to rivals, slightly reduced cargo and rear legroom, higher pricing, fiddly climate controls, and real-world highway MPG that can dip below EPA estimates. These are important factors for buyers to weigh depending on their priorities. Ultimately, the Sportage PHEV shines for those who value a tech-rich, comfortable, and eco-conscious SUV, while understanding that a few compromises come with the plug-in hybrid package. If you're looking for a modern, capable, and efficient compact SUV, the 2026 Kia Sportage PHEV is definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth reviews and comparisons, helping you make smarter car buying decisions every time.